belly and on my rib cage. So I would be like, like that. And that was kind of hard.
Sounds kinky.
Alright, we got another question.
I like it like that.
We got another question to the left over here, back here.
Hello, I know you guys have all done tons of different shows, so outside of the Powerpuff Girls, what was your favorite character to play and why?
Well, for me, it's Yoda, because, that's I'm a big old geek from way back, so yeah, that for me, that's an easy one, so.
There's so many that I like, but I got to do a game called Broken Ages. I don't know if you guys know that one, but I get to play the character named Carl. It's Carol with one of the letters removed for reasons that are too stupid to repeat. She just had like line after line that was just like so. All I had to do was say it. She was just so funny. So.
I also have a lot of favorites, but my very favorite was The Little Mermaid 2. Because I was such a fan of the first one, so to get in the booth and sing with Jodie Benson, and she was so sweet, like I really could have died the next day. That was like,
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
I liked her. I'm glad you didn't too.
All right, I would say Baby Mumble from Happy Feet. He was like, because he was so ding dang cute.
Thank you.
Alright, we got another question to your left in the back.
So do you have any advice for young actors in order to get into the industry and all?
If you Google D Baker, D-E-E
Yes.
Baker, he has a free website on everything you need to know about getting into the business. Like we always say, absolutely you need an acting base, take singing lessons so you know what your voice can do, improv classes. Kathy also teaches, and it's really important to come from an acting background because if you're just reading it off the page, it's not going to come to life. So all of us have extensive acting training.
And I think nowadays, the acting portion is because they're using a lot of on-camera actors, and if you don't have that piece, if you can just do like a funny voice, it's not enough. And so it all really has to come from the acting. So studying acting in your school, getting in the plays, if you are a singer, it helps. And actually most voiceover actors are musically inclined or singers because, and that's a great way to train your ear, doing some mimicking, is a good thing to start off on, but you want to create your own voices, really, because if people are alive and well, you're not going to get hired necessarily to do their voices.
Not necessarily, but sometimes. Yeah, except for when I replace the whole cast. But anyway.
Boys! There's also, I did a voiceover seminar that's really easy, and I tell them it's a 2.5-hour voiceover seminar. We filmed it, and it basically gives you a lot of tips, tools, and how-tos. But it also tells you there's a lot of ways to learn about voiceover. Even just listen if you want to do radio or TV. Listen to the radio, watch TV commercials, see how they do it. There's patterns. There's tonight on Fox, Family Matters. Will she get the boy? There's little rhythms and things you do with your voice. So anyway, that's on egdaily.com. Come check it out. It's not just 20
Alright, to the left and the back.
This is for Tara or all of you. What's your thoughts on Butch Hartman leaving Nickelodeon?
Well, I'm sad because that means there'll be no more Fairly Odd Parents.
What?
Yeah, so, and I love that show so much, so.
I wish there were more Fairly Odd Parents.
But, but he's so amazing, and he's worked there for so long and done so much for Nickelodeon, and we all love everything he's done. Obviously, Danny Phantom, and he's just an amazing artist, but he's not leaving the world. He's still going to be making all kinds of cool content, but it does make me sad that there's not going to be any more FOP.
I'm all set.
Alright, to the back in the middle.
Hello, first off, I'd like to say, Professor, I love you.
I love you too.
This one is actually for my daughter, and she wants to know what it was like to do the voice of Harley Quinn in the Batman video.
Well, when I first started, I was terrified because I love Arlene so much, and the character was created for her. So those were some awfully big shoes to fill, and I was so terrified that people wouldn't like what I was doing, because when I went in, they said we don't want it to be her. We want it to be a different version and a new version, and you have to make it your own. And I thought, oh my gosh, what if the fans don't like it? So it was super scary, but it was so much fun. And talk about getting tired at video games. I don't know why, but anytime it's Harley, I never get tired. It's like a way to take out my frustration.
I'm going in there and saying, okay, Brad Rain, it's just fun, even if I'm yelling the whole time.
First of all, I just want to thank you for being here. It's just a pleasure meeting you all. My question is, what's your favorite improv you did for anything?
Favorite improv on Powerpuff Girls or on any show?
Just any show or movie.
Favorite improv.
I think, like we were saying, I think we were constantly improving, but not when we were supposed to be. So it was like when we were supposed to be doing lines, but we were busy goofing off. That's my favorite improv.
We get to improv a lot, so it'd be hard to sort of pinpoint one, but when I think of Powerpuff Girls, I don't know why it would come to me to make Bubbles pronounce things weird, whenever she would say, and when I was talking to squirrels,
You would say things like,
yeah, that too. But when she was talking to squirrels, it would be like, and Tom Kenny was like, is this how you talk to squirrels? There's fun little weird ways that she pronounced things and stuff.
Alright, we got another question here.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
I was wondering, has there been any voice actor that you haven't worked with in a while that you want to work with again?
Good question.
Wow. Someone you haven't worked with for a while?
Well, I've never worked with Tress McNeil at all, and she's one of my favorite voiceover actresses. I think she's great. I've never worked with Cree either. I know. So those two, I think I would love to work with.
Someone once put on the internet, are you guys together, dating? Are you guys, because you're always on stuff together, so just asking if you request that so you can make out at the session.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I love working with Frank Welker. It's been a minute. I love him.
Yes, she's
And actually, I haven't got to work with Tom in a long time. That'd be fun.
I don't live in LA anymore, so everything I do is from my studio at home, and so I'll work with anybody because I never see anybody. Yeah, that's why I like coming to these things, see some old friends. So. Very nice.
Alright, another question here. And I know you guys work on all kinds of shows, but what show that you did not work on would you wish you would have?
Ooh, that paycheck from the Simpsons would have been nice.
That one's not scale.
Not anymore.
We got another question right here.
Hi, one of my favorite episodes was the one with the Rowdy Rough Boys. I was wondering if that changed the dynamic of the studio with them, playing off of them, or how that worked
That was
working with them.
Rob Paulson and who else?
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff Bennett.
Oh, Jeff Bennett, yeah. No, they're both amazing to work with.
Yeah.
And he
It's
was
more
in the
fun.
movie too, right? And he's amazing. I think it was a lot of fun. Those characters are really sweet, and that's why they brought him back, I think, quite a few times.
Yeah.
Alright, we got another question right here.
Do you guys ever walk into a room of strangers and they don't know that you're Tara Strong or E.G. Daily and you just mess with them? If I do what you guys do 24/7. I would, so I was just curious.
you know what the best is when you're in an elevator and there's kids in the elevator, and then you're just standing there waiting, and then you go,
Excuse me, could you press floor 3, please?
I like messing with telemarketers a lot.
Nobody's here. I'm all by myself. That's a big night.
And also, I started cosplaying, and it was really fun the first time I did Harley at Comic-Con. Thank you. At Comic-Con, when I walked to the hotel, people were like, Tara Strong, Tara Strong, Tara Strong. But in costume, people didn't know it was me because there's a million Harleys. And so this one guy, and a lot of people stopped me because it was a good costume, and this one guy's like, can I please take your picture? Harley's my favorite. You're my 20th today. And so I posed and I went, okay, but am I your favorite? And he goes, I don't know, I've seen a lot of good ones. I was kind of excited for him to go home and wait a minute.
See, I'm a 6'5" middle-aged guy. I talk in weird voices to kids, and I get in trouble. Especially on elevators. Mom's got to go, honey, let's get off this phone. It's not quite the same effect.
You know what? in my real life, I don't talk that much in voices, and I remember once a long time ago when a little girl, somebody was like, she's the voice of Tanya in Five Goes West, and you know, I did the voice for the little girl, and I was like, Dream.